Today we have here one of my favorite Twitter accounts. We have Telmo. He's incredible. Please pause this video, follow him, and then come back so you can hear his journey. And we'll talk about also remote working and a lot of other things, startup. How are you, Telmo, finally?
Hello, Francesco. Thank you for having me here. This is amazing. After like a lot of months following each other, talking, we were finally actually talking face to face, what you call these days.
Yeah, and we chatted so much, too much.
Yeah, that's true.
Every day.
Yeah, true.
I'm tired I'm doing this kind of videos because I'm tired.
Of
Chatting
typing.
a little bit. Yeah. I want to save that just for coding, which is kind of enough. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, it's really a pleasure.
This is great.
Yeah, I've seen you on Whiskey Wednesday one time. Yeah, but there I was just in the chat, so I had no power, and now finally you are here.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So can
I
you?
want I want to warn you that you might hear some dogs in the background or my son crying or something like that. So be warned.
That's totally fine. I'll clean up with my eyes, my high editing skill. Don't worry.
Awesome.
Don't worry.
We're settled then.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So what about you? Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Okay. I might start like I dropped out of school after I completed 9th grade. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I started working in kind of pubs, like pouring drinks and taking care of the tables, etc. Then that went kind of fast. I was there for 6-7 months probably, and I wanted to get like a real job. So I got a job in a warehouse, and I spent 2 years there, 2.5 years there. And I remember like people talking with me saying, well, I've been here 15 years, 10 years, and my initial plan was to be here 1 year. I've been here 15 years, and that kind of scared me. So I realized I need to kind of get out. So I started learning how to code. I actually started my career as a designer. So I started learning Photoshop and Illustrator, Adobe. I kind of sucked at design because I was just a beginner. So, but I had kind of my friend, he was into coding, so we kind of mixed the two together, and I quickly started coding as well. I started with PHP, and I went all the way into what I am today. But yeah, I learned a lot from it. I had my own startup as well with that set friend. We were really young. I was 21 when I started my startup, so we learned a lot from it. That startup is dead now, but the experience we took from it was amazing. Yeah, I have more if you want to hear.
I love you say that in the beginning you kind of suck at photoshopping and design.
Yeah,
as if we would be so good when we start making something. Sometimes people wonder that you just you're just bored and then you just know how to play an instrument, how to code, how to create a startup.
I'm sure if you want to know, you know how Photoshop works. So Photoshop works with layers, right? So you want to create a box or a square, you create a layer. Then you want to create another thing, you can create layers. So I remember the first layout I actually designed with Photoshop. I actually create the whole thing, and I mean the whole thing: header, footer, content, sidebars, menus, you name it. I created the whole thing in just one layer. So I remember showing this to my friend.
Which is kind of hard. Let's say if you want to do this today, it's going to be kind of hard.
Yeah, it's really hard. And I remember my friend asking, yeah, layout looks awesome. Can you move the menu a little bit to the bottom? I was like, yeah, sure. When I started moving the menu, the whole thing just moved. And I was like, all right, I did something wrong. So that was kind of a lesson, and it never happened again. But yeah, then I actually moved to coding, and I never looked back. I still have that kind of exciting thing to design stuff, and I like to see things pretty, etc. But yeah, coding is kind of the heart of how things are built, in my humble opinion.
Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, and can you tell us a little bit, just a little bit about your startup? Because I'm honestly interested into that. I tweeted about this, I think, months ago, because I never did one. I don't know if in the future I can do something like that, but I was being your experience because you were also pretty young, I think.
Yeah, we were actually, me and my friend, we were really young, and the first thing I actually learned was about money. Was that we actually had to ask for a loan to create a startup. So like today, if you want to create a startup, you can, like, with €5. Back then, you needed at least 5K to create a startup. So we asked for a loan, and that money like flew out the window really, really fast. And that was kind of my first lesson. We started like buying things that we actually didn't need at the time, and we thought that everything's going to be like out of the blue, everything's going to be all right, but it didn't. So we actually started the company, for instance, in May, and we only got our first client in October. This was in 2008. So, but because of that, we actually learned a lot from it. We were doing mainly websites at first, like simple websites. Then we saw that kind of opportunity window to build real applications instead of just websites. So we went with that, and that's when the money kind of started coming in from clients. We then got a big client in the UK. We're from Portugal, so we got a big client in the UK, and that's kind of lesson number two. We kind of dropped everything for this client, so it seemed like we only had one client. So it was a lot of work. So instead of hiring someone to help us, etc., we kind of had to say no to other projects to focus on this one, until the day that this one kind of stopped working with us. So we just had one client. So that was kind of lesson number two, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think
it was great.
Yeah, I think it's one of the mistakes that one person can do when if you invest in the same your money in the same thing instead of just
exactly.
differentiate. So what do you suggest to maybe one person who is about to make a startup today? For example, me, I don't know if in the future I'll do that, but what can you say to them, for example?
I mean, we did one approach, for instance, and this was like 12 years ago, and it really worked, which was, we pretty much, I mean, it's hard right now with the COVID, but we went to every single computer store in the area, and we dropped business cards. So there was a lot of people. We got a lot of clients from just that approach. So you can, and the good thing right now, nowadays, is that you can do that online. So your business card is like your online presence or your website or wherever. So all your contacts, you can showcase all your portfolio, all your work online, which is awesome. So my advice would be kind of that, to have a website, have a portfolio, try to show what you're capable of, because if you don't have that, no one knows kind of you exist. So you need a presence online. And when I say that, I don't mean Twitter or everything like that. It's like you need.
We'll talk about that. I hope this video will last enough to be alive after the COVID. So maybe after that we can use your hits. Awesome. I really hope so. To be honest.
Hopefully. I'm sure you will.
And thank you. So you mean like promote yourself, show yourself from the beginning. You mean from the beginning, even if you're not prepared, maybe if you're still setting up things, you mean just to start to work on that from the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, don't, one thing is that don't kind of stall, just kind of do it, because if you spend too much time like thinking, all right, my website needs to be kind of perfect and show every single thing I've done or whatever. I mean, that's not never going to happen. So you need to actually have a website and have presence online. So people, if I want to search, I don't know, wedding websites, I want kind of my website to show in first that we do websites. So we kind of did that approach, but physically, like displaying business cards, trying to reach companies, to kind of let the word know, or the people know that there's a company in Portugal that is building websites and applications.
Yeah.
Well, that was kind of my approach.
Yeah, and I also think that if you make promotion, then you start working on your own company, maybe on other important things. Sometimes maybe you can get clients maybe months later, year later. Maybe they just check your site. Maybe they pick these on their bookmarks. Maybe they can contact you months later. It happens to me in another field. Yeah, that you can just promote yourself, then you forget about that, and maybe 6 months later, one thing say, I see your promotion there 6 months ago, but I'm not. I was not that sure to contact you. So I think that your hints could be really useful.
Yeah, I mean, I can give you. It's not a tech approach, but I can give you an example. I mean, I love like tattoos. I have my full arm tattooed. Before I actually went to get a tattoo, then I spent like 1 year following this tattoo artist to make sure that, all right, he actually does a great job. It's the style I like. So people can also do that with your website. So they can, all right, I know this website exists, I know this company exists, but let me see like what the work they're putting outside. Because if I don't like the work, I might not hire you. But if I like what you're putting outside, like websites, applications, designs, whatever, I can consider actually getting in touch and work together. That's my kind of opinion on this.
Yeah, I love this analogy. It's a really particular one, but I think yeah, it fits. Yeah,
it's the same concept.
Yeah, but I think also it happens to me that maybe I check some site, maybe I go back later, maybe in months, weeks. So it's just because maybe sometimes I also think that maybe a person who promotes himself or herself, he thinks, okay, tomorrow I'll get like 10 calls. And I have so many clients. So usually it doesn't work that way. Yeah, only if you're really, really good, but it's hard, to get to some calls and you just stay there checking your phone. So why they're not calling? Is that phone working or not?
True. There's another approach which I actually talked with Catalin, I guess, in some thread. We tried this approach. I'm not saying it might work with someone. It didn't with us, which is we printed like hundreds of letters. So we had two types of letters. One, it was that for people that are companies that they didn't have any website. So that letter had like a type of content. Like, look, we're this company, we build websites. Do you want one? Here's our services. The other one was for people that already had websites, but we thought that the website, the design, UI, whatever, was kind of poor. So that content, and it was completely different. So we got so many, and I mean so many angry clients or future clients saying, look, who are you for saying that my website is ugly? So I was terrified every single day, every time the phone rang. I was like, oh, damn, this is a new angry client or something like that. And it was kind of hard times. But the funny thing is that we got 5 clients, angry clients, saying, who are you? Like saying my website is ugly. And I was like, but it is. And they were like, all right, do you want to make a new website for me? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I do want to make a website for you. So it kind of worked, but it was kind of a tough month getting angry phone calls.
Yeah. Maybe you just had to work a little bit more on that letter, I think.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I guess that was my mistake. I was maybe too aggressive.
But you got clients, so you did well.
Yeah,
I think.
I
Yeah.
did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it worked out well.
Uh, yeah, I think. Yeah, I think. I don't know, or maybe the developer just read your letter and was maybe a little bit angry about that. Yeah, and then
Bro,
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah. I'm pretty sure there was some kind of calls that the letter went directly to the developer and not the final client. So they were pretty angry at me. So I didn't make that kind of mistake. Never again.
Yeah, you should just work a little bit more. Just say you
Yeah.
could improve. It's not perfect. Instead of just it sucks.
Yeah, yeah. It was kind of, the letter was kind of aggressive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the words are important. Yeah.
they are really important.
Yeah, I'm so happy to talk to you. Really, really, I'm really enjoying this conversation. Really, I'm sure that
Yeah, I was looking forward to this.
Yeah, we booked this like in 3 weeks ago. You were one
Yeah,
of the first ones, but we need to schedule, to
yeah.
postpone just a couple of weeks. So now I'm kind of a perfect journalist that can interview in a very proper way. So tell
Oh, I
me,
see.
tell us everything about you. Do you see the difference from the
Yeah,
beginning? Yeah,
much difference from the beginning.
I'm totally a new person.
I
Yeah,
mean, it's like everything else. Like the more you do, the better you get at it. So the
of
more
course.
videos you actually do, the better you get at it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah. So, okay, yeah, okay. So, can we talk a little bit more about remote working? Because in this period, 2020, let's say this because maybe in the future people could forget about this. We are almost everyone who can, they are actually working remotely. I think, even in my case. But in your case, it has been I think, a little bit different. So, can you talk about that? Your experience with remote working?
Yeah. So in my kind of career and after my startup day, I actually got a job in the UK. Um, it was meant to be at least 2 years. I was meant to be in the UK for at least 2 years. But things got a little complicated, and after like 5 6 months, I came back to Portugal. But I was already working with this company, so I kind of made a deal with them, which was to do kind of a trial of me working remote from Portugal. So they said, all right, let's do a 3 month trial. So in 2013, I came back to Portugal. I started working remotely, and I spent 7 years working for that company, always remotely. So this kind of new approach to the remote work is not news for me. I'm used to it. What I think, kind of an advice, is that I think it's really important is that you need to set like your work straight. So if let's say you usually start working at 9:30, when you're in the office. So you have your commute, you have all that stuff. So you only start working at 9:30. If at home you wake up at 7, for instance, don't start working at 8 just because you're awake. So take kind of that free time, because you're not commuting. So take that free time and try to make the most out of it. So try to get some fresh air, which is, for me, it's really important. It's important to kind of create an habit of getting some fresh air in the morning, because although when you're in the office, you're on the commute and you might not like the commute, but at the end of the day, you got out of your house, you got some fresh air, and you kind of cleared out your mind. And if you don't that, even working remotely, you will end up in a bad place, which I was. Like, I didn't get any fresh air in my first 2 3 years working remotely. I was working crazy. Like, I would start working at 8, I would stop at 7 p.m. just because I was at home. So I kind of had to set some boundaries, and it worked out like pretty good. More, let me see. I guess the most important thing is kind of habits. So force yourself to at least stop working as well. I would work like crazy till 7 8 p.m. Yeah,
I can proudly say that I am applying what you say, because, for example, in my case, I had like 1 hour and a half of commitment to go to
yeah,
work and 1 hour and a half to go back, like 100 kilometers per day. So honestly, when I
Jesus,
started working from home, I was kind of happy, and basically all the
yeah,
time was transferred to my Twitter account. So basically, this is the secret of my growth on Twitter. But yeah, but yes, for example, now I wake up kind of early, and then usually go for a walk in the morning. I get some. Sometimes I get some strange ideas. Sometimes I get some good ones, like this one. And then I come back, take a shower, breakfast, and then I start working. So it's totally different. For
yeah,
example, I can say this. I can honestly say this. When I started making this kind of video calls, I was so excited that, for example, for 10 days, I didn't. I stopped to do that in the morning, and I started to feel a little bit more exhausted.
yeah,
So it was not because in the beginning I was just saying, "Oh, I don't want to waste time." Instead of just stay on the computer, I use time more efficiently. Instead, I've noticed that by doing this in the morning, I'm kind of more active. My brain is more
yeah.
active. So I'm just saying this is my experience these weeks. So yeah, so this works. Yeah, I can
It
confirm
works.
this.
Yeah, yeah. I guess it's more kind of important. It's important to everyone, but the people that kind of notice the difference is the people that are not used to do it. So people that's all right. I'm working remote, so I'll just stay in my pajamas and I'm not going outside and I'm not going to get any fresh air or whatever. And people that usually have that lifestyle, um, they usually it's the ones that they really notice the difference in the first 2 or 3 days. You start to feeling like kind of refreshed, and I mean, I joke about that on Twitter. Like I say, look, it's 7 a.m. It's a perfect hour to stay in bed. It doesn't mean I'm in bed. It just means I think
Yeah,
this is a funny thing to say. I actually love. I live kind of in the countryside. We have a lot of trees and sun, and it's awesome to just go outside, even for 10 minutes. It should sometimes is enough just to clear out your mind and get some fresh air, and you'll see that the beginning of your day will be a lot different.
yeah, yeah. I totally agree with this. I tweet sometimes. I tweet like the sunrise when I'm very inspired. But
Yeah,
yeah, but I totally agree, because I think half an hour, 20 minutes of debugging, they just pass like that.
yeah,
So
yeah, true.
instead, those 20 minutes you can use that in a better way. And yeah,
Yeah,
and even if you don't solve that bug, maybe it's better for you, for your body health, to use that in that way. Yeah,
you might not fix the bug, but at least you thought about it.
yeah, of course. Yeah, and most of the time, so when you take breaks, yeah, maybe you can also solve that in less time. So yeah, so I
Yeah,
totally agree with this. Yeah, so yeah, thank you,
yeah,
because I think, for example, in my case, working remotely has been a kind of new experience. So I think that many people, many developers out there, they started making working from home since the lockdown. I think there could be maybe some with past experiences, but it's not that easy, as you said. It can be,
it's not, no.
yeah. It looks that you save time, but it can also be a little bit dangerous, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So when it's kind of a short period working remotely, usually it's fine because even if you drop in bad habits, I mean, it's a short time, let's say a month or so. So after a month, you'll end up going again to the office. So you will end up getting some fresh air. You see people, you socialize. When it's on the long run, I mean, it's really dangerous, and it can be like really, really long. So I guess the social part of it is also kind of really important to even like doing, although this is being recorded, uh, even doing something like this. You don't need to speak on like kind of Zoom or Hangouts or whatever with only your friends. If you know people on the internet, you're kind of interested to talk with them, just do it because it can be really kind of lonely. I mean, it's fine out of COVID because you can always hang up with your friends or go for a walk with your girlfriend, friends, wherever. But with the lockdown, it's kind of you can't. So you can't go to pubs, you can't go to a park like that easy. So the social part is also really important for me.
Yeah, this has been, I think, the craziest year, I think, of my life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, of course, because I opened a YouTube channel, not because of the COVID. Because that's the craziest thing.
It's just the YouTube channel.
No, this is really crazy. Yeah, so thank you so much, because yeah, and I really wanted to talk like this, because
Yeah, yeah,
really,
it's awesome.
really looking forward for that. Yeah,
Yeah, it's an awesome experience. Like knowing and kind of knowing, because we know each other online, but we never actually talked to each other, and this is awesome.
yeah,
It's really amazing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So let's talk a little bit about my favorite part. Let's talk now about my favorite part, the socials. How do you use Twitter? Because I really love your account.
Oh man.
I have notifications on your account. Yeah, I really like your approach to the social. So can you tell us why because sometimes you wonder why there are so many people following me, and I answered like, why there are people that still are not following you.
All right, that's a tricky question. I feel there's a tricky question there. All right, so yeah, I actually have Twitter since they launched. I had my first account on Twitter was from 2007. But I mean, back then it was just a social network. You were just like it is today, although with a different direction.
Sure, yeah.
But it was pretty much, look, I'm having a beer. Look, I'm going to the movies. It was pretty much this. So there was not like something that was kind of pushing me a lot to it. And then Facebook was kind of the big hype. So Twitter was kind of on the side for my account. I then kind of created several new accounts over the years. I spent like 2-3 years without a single account on Twitter, and last year I decided, yeah, I'm just gonna create a new one. And for the next, I guess it was in May when I created my account last year. So until the end of the year, I was like, yeah, really don't care about this. But then on January, I kind of started to get to know like you, Catalin, Marc. I remember Marc was the first kind of person that I saw. I guess it was Marc doing a giveaway, or it was Marc and Catalin together. And I had this idea of doing a giveaway all together. So I started to get really into the Twitter stuff, and then I started to kind of learn how to filter stuff to have all tech stuff in my timeline, not random stuff. And yeah, I mean, the eager at first was to get followers. It was pretty much the goal, was to get followers. So I realized that, all right, giveaways are fine. I did like 3 or 4 giveaways. Then I realized, all right, the boom here is sharing HTML, JavaScript, CSS tips. And it was the boom for my account. It was all right, I'm getting a lot of followers with this, so let's just keep going. But I reached kind of a time that I was not sharing tips because I wanted. I was sharing tips because it was driving traffic into my profile. So I kind of stopped doing that. I got a lot of messages saying, why did you stop sharing the tips? I mean, they were awesome, etc. I was like, I don't feel like it. So I don't feel like this is me anymore. I felt like I was driving my accounts from a business perspective per se, and not as a personal account. So that's when I started kind of shit posting. So it was all the crap, as I'm sure you witnessed.
I don't know
All the
what
crap.
I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest. For me, it's perfect. It's perfect content, so I don't see the problem.
Right, but it's different from what I used to share. I used to share a lot of tips, and that's it. And I start to actually being myself. So if I have a stupid idea or a stupid idea for a tweet, I just do it. I just I don't think about it anymore. I used to think, all right, will people actually like this? So should I actually share this? I used to think like a lot of like that mindsets, and I dropped it. I mean, my Twitter accounts, it's just me. I'm just being me. I mean, stupid, but I mean, I love that kind of. Usually, I play a lot with words, and I say stuff that
Yeah,
give people
I know the mall.
yeah. So yeah, so lately in the last probably 4 months or so or more, my Twitter account has been pretty much just me, and I saw that uh, I wasn't getting more followers that I used to with the tips. But by that time, I really didn't care. I was like, all right, just forget it. I mean, there's always that. I was eager to reaching 20K. I mean, I was. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was, yeah. I was already shitposting. I didn't care, but I was kind of, oh, it's that milestone, the 20K milestone. So I was kind of excited to reach that. But once I reached 20K, I was like, all right, I don't care anymore. I
Yeah,
mean, I really don't care.
yeah,
And it's
it's
like, if people like it,
yeah,
awesome. If they don't, I mean, it's fine with me. Um, I'm not gonna kind of throw a tantrum because I'm losing followers or not. People are free to do whatever they want.
yeah, yeah. For example, yeah, I will always remember my 20,000 followers because once I reached that one, I did my very first video on internet available on 25th of July. So I remember this kind of videos was a 23-second video. Yeah, so I don't know why, but maybe 20,000 is a milestone that I don't know why, but sometime I don't know.
Probably,
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know. It was some. I remember when it was 10K. I was more excited for the 10K. I guess it's because it's the time that your followers switch from just numbers to having a K. I
yeah,
guess
and
that's it.
yeah, and let's say this incentive that if you hover with your mouse, you can still read your follower
Yep.
count. This
Yeah.
is an incentive.
Tip. Yeah. Yeah. Tip. You can put your mouse over your followers and you can see the total number of followers.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe you said this. And people said, "Oh wow," in the comments. Yeah, I don't know.
Probably. I don't know. Yeah. I didn't.
Uh,
I didn't knew about this either. I actually started using an application that it was just saying my uh followers because I didn't knew that you can put your mouse over your followers and show the total. So yeah, I learned that like a few months ago as well. But yeah, I guess the 20K, it was not that excited as the 10K, but it was still a milestone. But what I felt is that when I reached 10K, I started like then 12, 13K, and then I started to getting a little more excited again for the 20K. And I'm not feeling that for the 30K. So I'm not seeing 30K kind of, oh, this is a milestone. It's just
yeah, me neither. For
simple.
example.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm simply just sharing stuff. And like I said, if people like it, awesome, because I'm sharing this for people to actually like it. If not, I mean, it's fine with me. I'm
yeah,
actually just
yeah,
really not caring at the moment.
yeah, I think that yeah, your account is really amazing because maybe you post a lot of jokes, a lot of kind of
No,
funny stuff, but they are for developers. So it's not just
yeah.
random jokes, but it's still
Yeah,
a developer account. It's just a developer who just likes to have fun. So that's the idea.
yeah,
You
pretty
just don't
much.
post. Yeah. So yeah, I
Yeah, I
think
mean, just the
maybe
other day I posted a potato that it
I
looks
remember
like
that.
an ass.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not focused to developers, but when I saw that potato, I was like, what the hell is this? I need to share this. I need people to see
Yeah,
this.
I think this is an exception, but yeah, but you,
Yeah, usually I go
yeah, you are
for
not you are
jokes
not
about
helping me.
developers.
You are not helping me to get your followers by saying this, but
Damn it.
yeah, I really like your approach. Yeah, sometimes we go like in meta commenting.
Yeah.
Sometimes I
Yeah.
love that. I love that.
Yeah.
We did this like a couple of times. That yeah, we just
I, do-
I need to find something
we
and then post it. Yeah,
just not a couple of times. We do that a lot. I mean, I post some
yeah,
joke or something, and then you
yeah.
post a joke after, and I try to top your joke, and then I mean, every time I was like, "All right, Francesco wins." I
But
mean,
of course, I always win. Of course, let's say this publicly.
usually you do. Usually you do. I mean, my
Yeah,
brain is so tired of thinking about the first joke that I have no capacity to think about more jokes.
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love the way we interact, because I don't know,
yeah,
it's how is like we were real friends. Yeah, we can just make jokes
yeah.
like if we have, and we have never done this stuff before. So now we
No.
will do some insane jokes, I think. So follow both of us,
Oh
please.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Please follow me. No, I'm kidding. I
Remember to
think.
remember to never say please follow. Let me say this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
I'll cut out this part. Don't worry.
Yeah. This is Twitter 101, and I'm
Yeah.
feeling already.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. I think the great thing about the tech community is that on Twitter at least is that they're is really supportive. I mean, I went almost my whole career without the support from a tech community because I never really cared to actually search to see if there was a tech community outside. So I was just pretty much doing my
Me too.
job, learning new things, and that was about it. And I mean, the tech community is really, really awesome. And I think that's like a lot of people say. And actually, yesterday, someone said that to me that Twitter can be really toxic, and it's also true. It can be, but the good thing is that you can filter that. You can just, if it's toxic, just remove it out of your life. That's it. And in Twitter, I mean, when it's real life, usually it's harder. In Twitter is easier. You just stop following that person like a lot of people did. I mean, there was a lot of people following me that I actually respected, and they stopped following me. I mean, it's fine. Maybe I was sharing something that they thought like, this is toxic. I mean, I share stuff saying, you never learn how to code until you do. But the first sentence, it's a little aggressive. But the second part of that tweet, it's awesome because you never learn until you do. Because everyone, if you put the effort, everyone will end up kind of learning how to code.
Yeah,
That's it.
probably they read just the first words, and
Yeah,
something went into their brains, and
yeah,
they was just shocked, and they had to comment. I don't think that they read
probably.
the second part. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
about that.
yeah, I remember someone shared something saying, I was a few weeks ago. Someone shared something say, HTML, it's not a language, a programming language. And a lot of people was kind of dropping on top of this guy. And there was a lot of people
I
saying,
love
he
that.
said HTML, not MNL. It's just like,
So,
oh shit.
yeah, sometimes when you need to explain, I don't know if they get funnier or less funny, but I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I don't like the fuss because I'm always kidding. I mean, you can say whatever you want to me. I usually don't kind of take it personally. I'm always kidding. Sometimes I get in trouble with my girlfriend because of that. Because I'm always kidding, but she doesn't. I mean, she knows, but sometimes she takes it personally. And but because I'm always kind of, I was always the class clown, as people call it. I like to make people laugh. I like to make jokes, and I'm always in a great mood. And I mean, I want just people to know that I'm always kidding. If I say something like out of context, it's not because I'm being aggressive or anything like that. It's just kind of my way. I had to explain this to someone like a few months ago
Yeah,
because they were actually kind of apologizing in private messages. Like, I'm sorry due to my tweet. I was like, sorry for what, dude? We're just kind of chatting. I was like, I was too aggressive. No, you weren't. I mean, it was awesome.
yeah, yeah. I think it's one of the bad things is that sometimes when you read something, you can read it
Yeah,
in the wrong way. Maybe you
yeah,
had
yeah, absolutely.
you had a bad day. I understand this because it is also happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is also why I'm doing this kind of videos, because it's harder. Maybe by seeing us, yeah, they
Yeah.
basically can see you, and so yeah, we can explain that sometimes we take this as a jokes. Yeah, don't take
Yeah,
this personally, and that's it.
I can share a screenshot of my code, and you can just go there and say, "Hey, Telmo, your code sucks." I'm not gonna take that personally. I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's you, so I'll
Yeah,
I'll take it even less personally because now we know each other. But
yeah,
but everyone can say that to me. I mean, it's fine. I mean, we just it's the YOLO. So you only live once. So don't be kind of mad with stuff you read online.
I think there will be more people like you, I think, among us. So to just take it easy sometimes. That the socials is not the real world. I know that this could be hard in these times, because maybe we live more online. But we need to remember that we're still people. We like to laugh. We like to make jokes. Okay, my memes are imposed, but they'll strike back again when the last person will stop sending me messages when memes will come back. I'll go back on them. I'm preparing this, but I'm basically still waiting. Don't
worry. You need a video with all the memes.
You don't have idea what I'm preparing now, because
I saw you're doing. I love. This is actually these videos are kind of, I'm not saying long, but are longer than the ones you kind of ask people on Twitter. And I was watching the thread that you said, hey, people, just share a small video of you. It's awesome to actually see the people behind the accounts. That's pretty much it. Like seeing that, whoa, there's a person there.
It's so strange. Right.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome, and especially when you kind of, or either you interact a lot with that people or that people interact a lot with you. After like few months, it's awesome to actually see the person behind it.
I don't know, and maybe I'm a bit old, but I like this kind of strong connection to talk with people, to just don't because I did this a lot, like and comments. I think I also like the sum of my own tweets. Sorry for that, Telmo, but sometimes I do that.
Twitter one-on-one.
Sometimes I do that, but so. And I discovered that by making these video calls, I'm creating my stronger connection with people that I already know.
Absolutely.
After that, I can read their tweets with their voice. It's wonderful.
We stop, with the approach.
I can understand even better what you say. Even if I've chatted with you for months, it's way easier for me. I love doing this, because sometimes if one of us, maybe they launch something new, it's different for me now with the people which I've done this kind of calls, and I wanted you so better to be one of them as soon as possible. So that's it. We are people. We like to laugh, make jokes. We have so many interesting stories, because I think this also this kind of job, because it's always evolving. I think it's different from other jobs. When you do a job, do this for 20 years, it's rare that one person comes here and say, "Oh, I worked in development for all my life." It still have to happen, this sort of thing. So
absolutely.
And I also think you made a lot of experiences in different fields. So also working in pubs. So you had quite a long journey. I'm not telling that you are old, of course, but you are. You had a lot of experience, and I think that all this experience, will be useful for you.
I guess the main thing that kind of made me choose design, for instance, was that I actually studied design or arts in school. So, and my dad used to draw a lot when I was young. So I always had these kind of things for design. But once I actually wrote 3 lines of PHP and it displayed like 200 lines on the browser, I was like, holy crap, this is awesome. So I need to learn more about this. So that's what drove me to coding. But I still love kind of design, but it's usually HTML and CSS. I don't go a lot to Figma and all that stuff.
And one last question: why do you change your biography on Twitter so often? Because I'm following that you almost every day I go to check your biography and say, let's see if Telmo has a new biography, but you change it so often. Man.
Well, it's working, isn't it? You're going to my profile a lot.
It's working for me perfectly. One of my best ones is a developer who can design.
All right, I love that one. I'm really picky with the bio. So sometimes I usually just delete the bio and just leave it blank because I'm really picky with it.
I'm so disappointed.
I don't know why. I don't know why, but I changed it a lot. I used to add one saying overthinker, because I overthink so much my bio that I was like, all right, I'll just gonna put overthinker because is what I'm doing.
You go in meta. You go in meta.
Yeah, I
I
mean
love
it's
that.
crazy. Which one was the one you liked it?
Yeah, well, minimalist. Yeah, no, the one which I like is the developer who can design, something like that.
All right, let me change that. We're gonna change that live.
Wow, this is wonderful. This is so interactive.
Developer that can design.
That can design. Yeah.
Developer that can design. Boom, done.
Wow, perfect. I'm living interactively.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I hadn't changed the bio since yesterday, so
this has been too long. Yeah.
yeah, it's been too long. So yeah, it's done.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you so much. Yeah, it's been really.
Thank
I
you.
was really looking forward for this. No matter the
Yeah, me too.
recording, but yeah, in your case, I was really. Yeah, I was really counting the days. Yeah, for this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
I mean,
in 2 days.
I asked you to be this week because I'm in parental leave this week, so I wanted to kind of be kind of relaxed and have time to kind of be here, not worried about work, etc. So that's why kind of the so long waited to schedule this. But yeah, this is great, man. I love this.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Francesco.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Thanks a lot.
You're doing amazing with
Thank you.
this, and I love watching the
Yeah,
videos.
I don't really know what I'm really doing. People are still saying that I'm doing this good. So yeah, I keep doing this.
This is
I
awesome.
think I'm getting just a little better. I'm totally out of my comfort zone. I think that you and maybe the older friend, they can confirm this, that I was not like this like 6 months ago. Yeah, I was really worried. Yeah, for example, I was worried to go to the Marc Whiskey Wednesday. Now I can admit this. Yeah, and then I had to find my way in doing this kind of stuff. Now it's easier for me. But yeah, I think everyone.
I guess why people like it so much. I mean, this is my personal opinion, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that watch this that already have the same opinion. Is that this is kind of we're just chatting, so it's just we can kind of say whatever we want. It's not like it's scripted. That's what I mean. I mean, we're just it's kind of we're just the only difference is that this is being recorded. That's it. I'm having kind of a video conference with you or Jeff. We're just talking. That's it. That's why, from my opinion, that's why I like the video so much. Is because it's just two people talking. It's kind of really natural.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons why it's working that we already know just a little bit, so we maybe know a little bit, and also it's interesting to know a little to know each other more, a little more. But yeah, it's like when we had, I don't know, MSN. So you chat with people and finally you watch them in their eyes. It's almost like that. Yeah. So I like this. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Francesco. This was awesome. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna change my bio for at least a week. I promise.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That's
all right.
Now.
Thanks, Francesco.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Let me stop.